Hello everybody, and welcome back to more WRL. Let me just check to make sure my audio is working. Okay, everything works, good. Okay, so yeah, well, hello everybody, welcome back to more WRL. This is round 9 in Canada, as you can obviously see. And let me mute my computer. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we have, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 drivers, at least at the moment, participating. Oh, okay. I've just been sent out. I'm confused. Okay, well, we're supposed to be having 14 drivers here. Um, and I appear to have disconnected. So let me just let me see if I can get back in. I'm gonna have to leave the session and then rejoin. So yeah, I'm just talking with the people in the Discord to get myself back in, and then after that, hopefully we will get underway. So yeah, qualifying is going to be 18 minutes today. Once I get back in, I'll actually explain everything. Let me just wait for the invite. But yeah, qualifying 18 minutes long. The race is 50% distance, so that will be 35 laps around the semi-street circuit, not really street circuit, of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Fairly close to where I live in real life. So, yeah, pretty awesome. And there we go. Okay, back in. Alright, but yeah, 14, as I was saying before the disconnection, 14 drivers. I believe 2 of them have qualifying bans from the last race in Azerbaijan, I think it was. I was not here for that. So, yeah. But yeah, I think the last race was Azerbaijan. And yeah, 2 drivers have quality bans. So, yeah. Alright, so let's get all my data up here, all the telemetry and everything. I'll do fitted. No, I'll do best. There we go. Okay, so first driver to start a lap is going to be Daniel here. I remembered his name from last time. So let's see what Daniel can do on his first flying run in a very cloudy Montreal today. Maybe a little bit of chance for rain for the race, given these clouds on the session previous. But obviously it is random, so continuity doesn't really apply here with the weather. Also, I hope my mic volume is alright. I usually stream with it really close to my mouth, which when it's connected to my computer is much quieter than when it's on the PS4. So I'm having to talk a lot quieter than I usually would, rather. So yeah, please excuse me if it's too loud or too quiet. Anyways, first lap set is an 8.4 on the soft tires from Daniel in the Red Bull, number 98. And next up, we will have an invalid lap, I believe, or someone starting their lap. Then an invalid lap from Kubica, which would have been a 21 anyway, probably with a big mistake on the lap somewhere, or having to slow down for other cars. Next up is Mary, who has invalidated his lap time, unfortunately, at the beginning of the lap, so he's going to have to go for another attempt, of course. Same with Kubica here. Same with Ilian. lot of invalid laps at the beginning of the session today. Purple first sector, according to the game. It might be a glitch, but according to the game, purple first sector for Barland here in the Alfa Romeo. As he comes through the second sector, a little bit of oversteer there, not taking the optimal line through turn 10, I believe that is. Nope, turn 9, sorry. Turn 9, turn 10 is the hairpin. And then alright, so a 110.7 from former Barland puts him P3 out of 3 time setters. Next up we have Colin on the mediums with a 111.4. I'm pretty sure I just saw some rain appear on the screen real quickly. Not sure if that's was just me though. But yeah, then we have Copa, P3 in the Williams. Ilian on a second run on the same set of soft tires, but he has abandoned this lap as he's pulling over to the side, almost doing, I dare say, almost doing what happened in the last Canadian Grand Prix during the race. That was a very sad day for me as a Vettel fan. Anyways, Crossfire with two invalid laps, probably getting it invalidated just before the final chicane, or at the final chicane, meaning that we will or they will obviously have to go for another lap after this one, with just 12 minutes in this session. Quite a lot of time actually. I don't know why I said just, but yeah. As Crossfire has retired from the session. Oh, big impact on the wall there. From Crossfire, and he's out of the session obviously, so he will be starting near the back of the grid, just in front of Duzlex, who was disqualified earlier on, right at the beginning of the session. I think that was in accordance with a qualifying ban, so I don't think that was a mistake or anything. I think that was on purpose. But here we have Norris in the AlphaTauri, coming up to start his flying lap here, his first attempt, I believe. His out lap was a 1:10.5, apparently. Coming through the first sector, a 20.0. Coming down the straight here, the second sector straight, with all the leaves blowing, as you normally have in Canada, with all the trees and everything surrounding the track, and all the foliage and everything, the grass. A lot of that can get kicked up onto the grass, or onto the track from the grass during the course of the laps, with all the downforce and all the wind from the cars passing by at 200 miles an hour almost. Especially down the back straight here. Coming up to the finish line, almost hitting the World Champions, but taking it very, very, very good. And it is an 11.3 on 2-lap-old softs from Norris. So that's P6. As we have the two YouTubes, P2 and P3, in the Mercedes and Red Bull respectively, with Mary cutting the track there, a la Grosjean in 2019 at the beginning of the race. And ooh, cutting through the grass there. So yeah, Colin has done 4 laps on his mediums at this point. I'm not really sure why he's on so many laps, considering he's going to have to start the race on these tires unless he goes to the softs, or sets another fastest lap on a different set of mediums. But with only one set of mediums being allocated, no matter what, one set at most being allocated no matter what, tire compound selections you make, that's going to be it for his medium running. As YouTube Nova, I thought was on a hot lap behind them, but yeah. Alright, so the current 2 bottom drivers are currently both in the pit lane. They are the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo, I believe. Let's see. You have Daniel coming flying into the pits, right there. And here we go on board with Ilian. Ooh, brushes the wall there at turn 4. Hopefully no damage on the car, I don't think so. Now coming up to turns 8 and 9. Very easy to invalidate here. On the second curb, that one on the right, you can see right there. As I pan the camera backwards. I really like how they added this camera, the backwards camera. It's a lot better than having just the front one, or cinematic. And there's left and right as well. Having a free cam would be as amazing as well, you know, just like on like one turn every single lap. Ooh, as we do have an incident here. Backwards is Kubica, as Luke Flannel passes by. On an out lap though, thankfully. And now Nova on a hot lap. But yeah, that is going to ruin that set of tires and ruin that lap, obviously, for Kubica. So yeah, he's definitely going to have to come into the pits, I would assume. As Ilian has improved his time by 0.2 of a second. I don't think he's gained any positions because of that, but he has gained some time. Oh, and we have an incident between Colin and Mary here. Let me just review. I'm not a steward, obviously, but okay, yeah. Let me just as we go cinematic with Max and Luke here. We can. I want to look at this. Whoa, that was a pretty interesting swerve there. I'm not okay. So apparently. Alright, yeah, there's just a little bit of an incident between Mary and Colin there, as Colin tried to get out of the way of Mary. With Luke Flannel going P10 on the softs, Colin is into the pits. After doing 5 laps on those mediums, I would really hope that he's going to put on the softs and set a lap just once. Because starting on 5 lap old mediums is not going to be the best. It's going to have to be a 2-stop, I'm pretty sure, at that point. Even if he were to go on to the hards after the mediums. Medium to hard is possible, I'm pretty sure. but I mean 5-lap old mediums to hard I don't think will be, or it'll be very very tight. Anyways, Max with an invalid lap, unfortunately, meaning that he's gonna have to go again for one final attempt if he has enough fuel, as the car seems to be pretty unstable there through those couple corners, but he's got it under control at this moment. Let's see, here we have former Barland, who is on a hot lap, 39 thousandths of a second up on his sector 1 time. We will have to see. Oh, a little bit of a brush with the wall there, I believe. As he blasts down the main, or the back straight, not taking the most optimal line, but let's see if he will finish the lap. He will. Let's see what his time is going to be. It will be an improvement, I believe, by 3/10, almost 4/10, putting him up into P7. I think he already was P7 actually, so just like Ilian, improving on the time but not the position. Let's see, Colin, or one of the Ferraris, is coming out of, one of the Ferraris was coming in, and the other one was coming out, I believe, right there. As we have Norris here, cutting the first couple corners, as we've seen a couple drivers do today so far. However, no one was in the way, or no one was around him, so it's all good. Next up, YouTube Nova, doing some weaving before his hot lap. Not the best of exits off of the final chicane, but it shouldn't matter too much, as the run to turn 1 is very short, so he won't lose that much time at all. Coming through the second corner. Behind him is, I believe, Max on an outlap. Coming through turns 3, 4, 5, up by around half a tenth, coming through 6 and 7. Almost brushing the wall and exit, clipping the grass. Pretty much the most you can get away with without actually hitting the wall there or losing time. Really hard onto the curb there on the left hand side of 8 and 9. Into the hairpin of 10, purple, second sector. Currently 1.5 tenths up on his lap time. Norris has retired from the session, causing a yellow flag in sector 3. Although the yellow flag rules don't apply in the game, so Nova can complete this lap at full speed. Ooh, that's a big accident right there as well. I'm not sure. Oh, and he hits right into him! Nova, I think, thought that Norris would ghost, but he was on for a very good lap there, and unfortunately the game did not ghost when he would, I'm assuming, when he would have assumed it would. Including myself. I thought either the car would have disappeared or it would have ghosted. Yeah, very unfortunate for Nova there, who was about 2/10 up, I'm pretty sure, based off of the second sector split. As we have the other YouTube of Mary here going for a final run, just as the clock hits 0. Let's go on board with him for the whole lap. Kubica getting out of the way. Oh, little brush with the wall there, I'm pretty sure that was. I heard something. Purple first sector up by 1.5 tenths nearly in the first sector alone. That's very good. Now he's going to have to gain around 8 tenths here, or 7.5 tenths, in order to get pole position. As there is another car over there. That is Daniel, I believe, who has retired from the session. Not sure if he crashed or if he just pulled over and stopped. I think he crashed as his car disappeared right there. But yeah, purple through the second sector as well for the Red Bull here. Currently the second Red Bull driver in terms of position, but could be the first in just 20 seconds time. Let's see how he navigates this final chicane. Very well. Oh, bump on the wall down the exit. It's not going to matter though, even if he did get damaged, which he didn't, because he has pole position, barely pole position. And there we go, a 108.473 according to the game. 17474 according to the game again as well. But that was pole position, barely by 21 hundredths? No, 21 thousandths of a second. That's very close to Daniel. Around 3.5 tenths back to Nova. And then we have Kubica, Ilian, Kappa, Luke, Colin, Norris, Barland, Crossfire, YOLO, Max, and Deslex. So yeah, pretty good. Alright, so yeah, look at that. 21 hundredths between the top two drivers. So the final order, obviously, as I said before, is Mary, Daniel, Nova, Kubica, Ilian, Kappa, Luke, Colin, Norris, Barland, Crossfire, Yellow Swag, Max, and Deslex. Alright. So... Okay, so the formation lap is just about to begin in around 20 seconds time. Alright, so here we go. Everyone is away, or everyone's almost everyone's away. As we're going... Oh, there's a stalled car on the grid here. It's Barland. He's just chilling on the grid. But anyways, good luck, have fun, everybody. As Mary says in the Discord. Predicted pit stop strategy: soft, medium, hard, or soft, medium, medium. I'm assuming soft, medium, medium would be the one for the current soft runners, and then soft or medium hard would be the one for the medium runners. So yeah. Oh, very wide there at the hairpin from Mary. And oh, it's Red Bull 1 too. I just realized that. So Red Bull, Mercedes, Mercedes, McLaren, Ferrari, Williams, Alfa Romeo, Renault, AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo, Haas, McLaren, Ferrari, Haas. So we've got 2 drivers here who have no teammate, which is unfortunate, but yeah, they will be flying the team flag alone today. Those drivers will be Colin and Norris. No, Colin, Norris, and Copa, I believe. So yeah, here we go. Good luck, have fun, everybody. The final car of Duzlux gets onto the grid as we skip to the first car on the grid, who is low on fuel at the moment, according to the... Well, actually no, both of the front 2 cars are low on fuel at the moment. Underfueling the car. 5 red lights here at Canada. Drive-through penalty for Max already, very unfortunate. And everyone is away. Camera angle is not going though. Oh, there we go. 2 Red Bulls lead away. Max has retired from the session, and Duzlux has a penalty with YOLO swag, and there's a safety car after 2 turns. Very, very interesting. Luke Flano has a penalty as well. Crossfire has a penalty. Very, very crazy stuff happening. Not sure who is actually leading. I'm pretty sure it's Daniel who got the better start, according to the game at least. Who is currently leading, and yeah, safety car's out, so not really sure what to say at the moment, but as we have the pit stop strategy prediction again. And yeah, there is drama already. Interesting. But you know, despite that, I'm sure we can have a lovely race today. As Max has left the session after that very unfortunate start. So Daniel leads from Mary, from Kubica, from Ilian. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold up. So yeah, Mary has lost the position off the start. Daniel has gained one. Some cars are pitting. I'm not sure what tire though. We'll have to see. Oh, someone's in the wall though. That is Luke Flano who's gone into the wall. I'm not sure if that was due to contact or something, but Luke Flano is in the wall and has massive damage now to that car on the front wing. Oh, that's not good at all, as everyone is now queuing up behind the safety car. Hopefully there's no incidents behind the safety car, although there might be, with the way the game can be, and with the way that everyone is eager to start right behind the other person. It can get kind of hectic sometimes. But yeah, as we see the camera angle from the back of Daniel there, looking at YouTube, or looking at Mary. As the Discord is getting kind of salty, but I mean, I don't know. So, there's some stuff going down in the Discord. That was a crazy start, and yeah. Safety car, I think, will be coming in the next lap. Let's see what some other drivers are doing throughout the field. Yellowstone is going extremely slowly for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yellowstone was given a penalty for that too. Now he's going quickly. Very strange why he was leaving so much of a gap there. But yeah, he's going again. Alright, so safety car should be in on this lap, starting lap number 4. Safety car is in this lap, so this back straight is going to be hectic. Let's watch. I'm not even going to talk. I'm just going to let the weaving do the talking. The weaving intensifies as everyone tries to warm up their tires. However, some people are weaving side by side, which is very dangerous. Can lead to some crazy stuff. I actually don't know how much weaving even actually impacts the grip on this game. I don't know if you have to weave that much, but I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not. I haven't raced in a while, so I'm not too sure. Anyways, here we go for the restart at the Canadian Grand Prix. Daniel leads them away as everyone has gone through safely, I do believe. Oh, an overtake there. Haas on Ferrari. Brilliant move. Just enough room there to make it happen. That's Crossfire on Ilian for P4. Nova on Barland for P7. Oh, and now Barland is coming back at Nova for P7. As we have this beautiful camera angle here, back from the Alfa Romeo's wing. Alfa Romeo's, or T-Cam, the rear camera. As we have this big train here, as the two Red Bulls at the front have certainly checked out. 2.3 seconds away from the nearest competitor. But yeah, as up here we have YOLO versus Ilian swapping positions for P5. There was a little bit of a gap there. McLaren's gonna go for it. Soft versus medium tires. YOLO's gonna go for it down the inside of the chicane and gets it, but does get a penalty in the process. Let's see what else is happening here. The onboard from Kappa of the Rainbow Williams looking at the battle for P9 here, as Danny Boy has left the session. As Kubica has a penalty as well. Oh, someone smashed right into the wall. That is Luke Flano. I'm not sure what happened there, but he is definitely out of contention at the moment. And he is now in AI mode, it appears. Well, actually no, I don't think anymore. He was in AI mode. I'm not sure what happened though. We had a big accident there. A little bit of a wiggle there from Kubica out of turn 2, but does keep ahead of the Ferrari and McLaren and the Alfa Romeo close behind, as Norris gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings in P11. He's on the hard tires now as well, so probably looking to go to the end on that set. We'll see if that works out or not. Oh, Kubica into the wall there, some damage. Carbon fiber flying off there, as he's now getting past quite quickly with that damage. The other McLaren locks up, and so does Kubica with half a front wing only, basically. It's going to be very hard to break. Oh, almost tagging the Alfa Romeo there is the McLaren. Oh, squeezing as well. Now the McLaren is in front, and the Alpha is still going. Or I mean the McLaren's still going. As we have Duzlex here and Kappa on Barland. All three of them have DRS. Let's see what happens here. Barland left inside. Ooh, contact with Duzlex. Ooh, but the cut back from Kappa as Barland goes wide after that contact. And Kappa is through to P8. Duzlex through to P7. Barland demoted to P9. As Barland gets a penalty as well for corner cutting penalties as well. Or gets corner cutting infringements as well. Up for the battle for P3 here. Crossfire has caught up massively to Mary. 2.3 seconds, the gap after the first, lap 3. Has come down to basically nothing after lap 7. However, Mary could have some damage here, we're not sure. That could be another factor. Let's see. No, Mary has no damage. Neither does Crossfire, by the looks of it. So yeah, Crossfire just quicker at this point in time, it appears. Or maybe a couple mistakes by Mary cost him that gap. As Mary is going for the undercut, it appears, to see if he can get out in front of Crossfire here, as his tires are starting to fall off. Here are the pit stops. As here's the battle for P5, Kappa versus Duzlex, as we saw just a lap ago. Still going on. DRS for the Williams. Oh, it's actually Copa, I think. Not Kappa, sorry. Ooh, someone has had an accident. That appears to be... That's Crossfire. As he falls down the order, Crossfire has DNF'd from the race in a huge accident. Carbon fiber everywhere. Oh no, he hasn't DNF'd. I thought his tire was off, sorry. But yeah, no DNF, but that is unfortunate as a virtual safety car out, and that is Crossfire's race severely hampered there. No front wing at all. He's going to lose quite a bit of positions, maybe 2 further positions because of that. Really unfortunate. Ooh, barely making it through the hairpin as well. And here we go. Virtual safety car is in. As let's see who comes out in front, either Daniel or Mary. It's going to be Daniel, it appears, by quite a bit, probably being aided by that safety car, or VSC, during the pit stop. As Crossfire is going to become the second DNF of the race. And back up for the battle for P2 at the moment. This is of course without the pit stops though, so this is not actually P2, this is just currently P2. But mediums versus softs, the mediums will definitely win out at this point, as Duzlex is letting Copa through, as he's probably going to go into the pits at the end of this lap. The last soft runner remaining. And in he goes. As at the moment now, YOLO Swag is the leader of the race. So where did he start actually? He started in P12. And he is now leading the race. Pretty much on merit. Because he has the mediums, he can go to the hards after, and everyone else on any set of tires has to make another pit stop. Because their tires just won't last the end of the race. Except for maybe Norris. Maybe. You know? But there's no way the mediums are going 25 laps. If the softs can do 8, the mediums would probably do maybe, I don't know, 13, 14 maybe? Then the hards, probably the remaining 20, 21? 21, 22 rather, sorry. That would just be my prediction, based off of the life of the soft tire, and what I remember from driving myself around here. But maybe things have changed since I last raced here a couple months ago, back on 2019. as Duzlex is past former Barland. Excuse me. For P7. But now Barland is starting to come back at Duzlex a little bit, but not close enough. Getting close, but not close enough to attack there. Really close to Duzlex, or really close is Duzlex to the wall there, at the exit of the Wall of Champions. Okay. Now this is the battle for position, I would definitely assume, as both drivers are on different strategies but still have to make another pit stop in this race. So this is the battle for P2. Oh, as Luke Flannel is out of the session. And that is another virtual safety car. So VSC number 2, just after Daniel passed the Williams there. So that is pretty perfect. Perfect timing for him. So former Barland is going to make the most of this opportunity. Being the only one in the pits at the current time, going on to the hards, which will surely last to the end at this point. So he will be the only one going to the end on the current set of tires, it appears. Alright, so safety car VSC is in. And Daniel has gained quite a bit of time on Copa there. As the battle for P5 here, as Ilian is attempting to get past the AlphaTauri. Oh, but then has an accident there with Norris and has to concede the position. But penalties have been given out there for that by the game. Oh, AlphaTauri trying to come back. Oh, taking the correct route around the bollard there, which is actually very good. Oh, and now Ilian is going to let Norris back through, it appears. So that is pretty good stuff from him. And here we go, Ilian back on Norris with the DRS, as Duzlex is closing in on these two. Now Ilian's under pressure from the Haas. And he could actually get Norris as well here. He's going to have to thread his way through. Goes very deep at the hairpin. And is going to retain one position but lose the other. No. Oh, a collision there. As Norris kind of cut across Duzlex there, I think. Duzlex had a really good run there, but from my perspective, I think Norris just cut across him there. As Duzlex does concede the potential position gain there. Oh, and Norris does let both of them through there after that, almost catching them out. Could have been a big accident there, but it's okay. Everyone's all right. As Norris is now losing a lot of time to the cars in front, despite having no wing damage, it appears. With a penalty as well now, too. So it's very unfortunate. As Norris is coming into the pits. Now there's no one else really fighting on the track at the moment, so I'm just going to go with Daniel here, the current race leader, for the next lap or two. As Luke has left the session. Now Daniel is still down on fuel. Let's see if his teammate is. No. Huh. So the current gap between Daniel and Mary is around 9 seconds. Flying through that final corner, brushing the wall actually, but no damage, thankfully. Let's see. Let's see, we have Norris and Barland fighting. Barland actually letting Norris through, rather, I think, because he has damage. A little bit of a oversteer moment there. As well, as Yellow Swag is coming in for the soft tires. Oh, no, he's not. Nope, coming in for the mediums. As Yellow Swag has left the session as well. Probably the wrong tire choice. Probably didn't mean to make that tire choice and was frustrated, I would assume. Not sure though. As Barland is coming into the pits. Only doing 4 laps on those hards before getting the damage. Really unfortunate. So yeah, currently the smallest gap is 3.3 seconds. So there's not much to really commentate on right now. And Barland's left the session as well. Probably also due to a wrong tire choice, unfortunately. So we currently only have 9 drivers actually driving at the moment. Which is really unfortunate. Starting with 14, going down to 11, and now we have just 9. Oh, as Norris is getting pretty close to... excuse me. I yawn so much whenever I stream. Like, every single time. It doesn't matter what. Just whenever I talk, I just yawn. I don't know why. Anyways, Norris getting pretty close to Nova here for P9. Alpha versus Merc. Now, the sky does seem to be getting a little bit darker. I'm not sure if that's indicative of some... or an indicator of some rain. But, It very well could be for the last half of this race or so. It definitely wasn't this cloudy at the beginning of the race. I know that for sure. At least I don't think so. I don't think it was. But yeah, Nova now pulling away from Norris. Nova on 10 lap old mediums, Norris on 2 lap old mediums. But there very well could be rain in the sky above the streets of Montreal here on this island that we call the circuit, or on the island that the circuit is situated on, as Daniel is just on the very limit of the amount of fuel he needs to complete the race. That indicator turned off, then turned back on there really quick, which means that he is teetering on the edge of plus 001 and 000 extra laps of fuel. Oh, and he also is dealing with damage, actually. On that right-hand side, he appears to be dealing with some damage, some plate damage. However, he's actually pulling away from the car behind, probably because the car behind's tires are 7 laps older. As the man in P3, Mary, comes into the pits for another set of mediums, plus a wing change here. So I wonder what he's going to come out. Probably right around Elian. Probably going to be battling with Elian. And Elian might actually pass him. Probably battling with Kubica, I'd say. Maybe just. Yeah, he will be battling with Kubica on the way out. Oh, and maybe just getting past Elian as well. Side by side. But Mary obviously is going to have the advantage there with that the fresh tires. The shiny fresh tires versus the not so shiny 11 lap old mediums that Elian is representing, or repping. Is that the right word? Maybe? That he is riding with, driving with. So, on lap 20 of 35 of this Canadian Grand Prix for WRL, now 21 of 35, just 14 laps to go, plus the final lap, so that's 15 laps. No, 15 laps including this lap. There we go. To go for the current leader, as Copa is also pitting, as Duzlux is pitting as well, from P2 and P3 onto other sets of mediums, it appears. Medium set for Copa, and a it doesn't say what Duzlux is going on at the moment. Medium set for Duzlux as well, yep. As Elian and Kubica are still on their used sets, but they will have to pit very, very soon, I would assume. As Norris gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. As Duzlux will come out in P7 here, just in front of Nova, who will have to make his stop very soon. As Duzlux also gets a penalty. Alright, so at the moment Daniel is miles ahead, well, literally about a mile ahead of Copa. I keep messing up his name, Copa, but has yet to make a pit stop. So after that pit stop, it's going to be extremely close between these two. And all the time that Copa can gain now will give big rewards later on. Because with every single lap, Daniel is losing time that he stays out on these old tires. So if he's going to make a pit stop, he has to make it very, very soon. Plus Daniel has damage as well, while Copa doesn't. So If Daniel goes in for a wing change, he's definitely going to come out probably in 3rd place. If he doesn't change his wing, he will just retain the lead at the moment. But that might change with the gap slowly decreasing by around 4/10 a lap, it appears. Oh, as Copa does get a penalty at the final chicane, as Daniel is coming up to lap YOLO Swag in P10, who has disconnected, unfortunately. As Duzlex sets the fastest time on the mediums with a 1:11.047. As the gap has now closed by a second since last lap. As Daniel is continuing on, he might be trying to go to the end here. I don't know if this is gonna work though. I mean, 15-lap-old mediums are pretty old as they are, let alone doing 10 more laps on them, 11 more laps actually. It's going to be very, very difficult. I really, really wish that we had a tire wear graphic available. Like we could see all the information that the driver saw on the driver display thing that you can activate on the right-hand side of the screen. Or, well, it's usually on the right-hand side. You can customize it, but yeah. So let's go to another battle at the moment. Closest battle is definitely going to be between Colin and Duzlex. Duzlex on new mediums, Colin on really old mediums. But the battle at the front is coming down a little bit, the gap. Just 20 seconds now. It's closed in by another second this lap. So that is pretty worrying stuff, I would definitely say, for Daniel. As he is now not within pit range, or pit stop window range. Whereas Norris has retired from the session, and that's a safety car, and that has dearly, dearly cost Daniel, because Copa now can either come in, because now Daniel is either going to have to stay out, and then pit after the safety car, which is going to lose him a bunch of positions, because the whole field is bunched up. Copa can get a free pit stop if he wants to, which is what he's going to do, and now Daniel is going to be in deep, deep trouble. And now Mary's back into the race as well. So is Duzlex. Elian will have to pit regardless. Same as Colin and Nova. Then you have Kubica, who can gain some positions. Yellow Swag is disconnected, and so is Barland. But yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there, but that has really benefited some drivers, really cost some others. The softs, I don't think will be enough to go to the end here. As some drivers are choosing those tires. The mediums, I think, would be perfect if they had another set. Now, they actually might be out of medium sets, which is why everyone's going on to the softs. But the softs will probably barely make it. I mean, maybe 8 laps they can do. A couple under safety car would be like reduced tire wear, but still, that's still 8 laps racing plus a couple under safety car. It's going to be very close to puncture point, I would assume, for most of these drivers by the end of the race. So this is right on the edge here. This was in terms of an entertaining final few laps, perfect timing for safety car. In terms of for Mary and Daniel, pretty badly timed safety car. As Colin is staying out on those 17-lap-old mediums, doing what he does best, and is trying to stretch his tires insane distances. I'm not sure if this will work though, but let's hope for his sake it does. Alright, so let's catch up to the safety car here. As the lapped car of Yellow Swag is currently behind. Ooh, is almost hitting into the car now. This might be AI doing this. Alright, because Yellow Swag is disconnected, that's why. Yeah, definitely AI. But yeah, at the moment, Kappa... Oh, so Daniel has pitted. Now Kappa is in P1, Daniel P2, Mary P3. So this is very, very, very interesting to see what is going to happen. And apparently Mary has a penalty of 6 seconds. So if Daniel and Copa don't have penalties, he's gonna have to gain a lot of time on them on the same tires with the same wear. Actually, 1 lap older than Daniel, which could mean a lot by the end of the race. That's like 4% or something like that. That could mean a lot in the higher percentages. So yeah, very interesting. Copa has 3 penalties. Okay, Restyle is telling me that Copa has 3 penalties, so that's at least 9 seconds. Given 3 seconds, that's at least 9 seconds. So if Mary has 6, Copa has 9. We will see. I'm actually gonna go check what Daniel has at the moment. Daniel has one penalty apparently, although it doesn't say what the actual penalty was, just that he has one. So this is going to be very interesting to the very end. Hopefully, everybody except the AI drivers are on fresh tires, making the pit stop underneath the safety car, and Elian, being an outlier, is that the right term? Being unique, rather, I think is a better way to put it, is going on to the mediums, which I actually think is the smarter call here, because those softs are going to be really bad at the end. So maybe he could snag a podium or something like that by the end, and that's not even including, you know, potential incidents or a further safety car within the next 4 laps that the safety cars can come out for before the game decides that's too late in the race to have one. Speaking of safety cars, I really hope that for the next game, well, A, they have tire wear graphic, as I said before, and B, they have safety car races, finishing races under safety car. That would also be a more realistic feature to have, right? Instead of just like blocking it out for the last 3-4 laps of every single race. It'd be interesting just to have that be a potential thing. As well, if it's too wet, to have safety car to have standing starts for restarts, and if it's too wet, well, red flags, standing restarts, tire wear graphic, and safety car starts under heavy rain to start a race. That'd be very interesting to see. Just add a little bit of realism to it. However, there are a lot of bugs in the game, so hopefully they can fix those first before they start adding new features. It's not easy making a video game, but yeah, hopefully the issues can get patched as soon as possible. As here we go, as Copa is gone, and we actually have the AI car of YOLO Swag in between Copa, Copa and everybody else. So this is going to be very interesting. As YOLO Swag is getting out of the way now, and everyone comes into turn 1. All pretty orderly, I would say. So now it is Copa versus Daniel versus Mary for the lead of the race, and potentially the race win, I would assume, for these last 7 laps. Oh, big battle here. Almost 3 wide. Coming into turns 8 and 9. Ooh, a little bit of contact, and that's Elian off, almost into the wall there. No damage on the car, I don't believe, but that's a lot of positions lost, and that is really bad for the Ferrari driver, being knocked down multiple positions just because of that slight contact. As the battle at the front is very close. Copa with slightly more ERS than Daniel at the moment, but Daniel obviously gaining time with the fastest lap there. As Copa does have another penalty here, so this could turn the tides of the winner of the race. Yes, here we have Colin on Kubica here. Slightly gaining, but it's not going to be enough into 8. However, on the next lap, we will have, oops, side by side right here for P4, attempt at a cutback by Nova, and now with the slipstream, maybe Nova can get past, although I think he's activated overtake a little bit too late, and he's already given up on it, the overtake, at this moment. Probably just waiting for DRS. Speaking of DRS, it has been enabled. Oh, as Daniel has a 3-second time penalty. And as the battle at the front is getting very, very close indeed. Just 1.5 seconds between the top three. That's a pretty big gap to Duzlex, who seems to be out of range to get this win today, unless there's a lot of penalties, or something like that happens. I've only won 2 Racing League events ever in the 2.5 years I've been doing it for, and both of them were because of penalties. Both of them were at Canada, so maybe Duzlex can have a similar situation here, just relating to my own experience. Alright, so now Daniel has both the Red Bulls actually, under 15% ERS almost at all times here, while Copa has around 50%. So a big difference there. Copa can definitely defend if he needs to from the DRS, covering off the DRS attacks. So plus maybe with fuel. I mean, Daniel is probably a little bit lower on fuel than everyone else, as before the safety car he was managing his that fuel indicator light was going on and off, as we saw before. But maybe under the safety car he saved some more. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we will definitely see. Oh, there's a big battle going on back here for P6 at the same time that we have this other battle. Oh, almost contact there between the Renault and the McLaren. Ferrari going up the inside of the Renault, not quite yet. As up at the front here, Mary has fallen off the leaders, but the leaders are very close to each other. 0.3 of a second is all it is, with 4 laps to go. 32, 33, 34, and 35. Just 4 laps remaining. Ooh, it's Nova and Duzlex here. Oh, Duzlex goes wide. Nova trying it around the outside. Not enough room or speed around the outside there to make it work. Now, here we go. The battle for P6 is on as well. Oh, as the battle for the lead here is really heated up as well, as I just noticed. Maybe with this battling, Mary can get back into the battle. Or maybe Mary has damage, actually, because he is going quite slow relative to others. Slower than I would expect throughout these last couple laps. No damage, so hopefully maybe some battling can get him back into the fight for the win. Currently 3.6 seconds off of the 2 leading cars, as the gap at the front is closer than ever before. And here goes Daniel touching with Copa. They're rubbing against each other. Copa keeps the lead after 2 contact incidents and some rubbing there, as Daniel is now in low fuel, or is very close to running out of fuel by the end of the race at the moment. He is teetering on the edge of fuel, and enough fuel and not enough fuel, as you can see by that indicator light going on and off. He's right there. I'm not sure how much Copa has, but they both have similar amounts of ERS, so they will be able to attack / defend equally down the straight. Now Daniel can either save some fuel now and then attack at the last lap, or we'll have to go for it now, and then if he doesn't get past, he's going to have to back off and save some fuel, I would assume. Now he is getting close to Copa though, getting very, very close into the final chicane for the third last time, starting the penultimate lap of the race. 34 to 35. That safety car has really brought this race to life in many ways. As Duzlex versus Nova here. Oh, so some slight contact there. Almost a huge accident. Nova down the inside, touching Duzlex. Nova is currently passed. No damage in either car. But that might be a little bit of some words after the race there. As Kubica, followed by Colin, followed by Elian, is or Kubica behind Colin, behind Elian. That battle's still going on as well. Oh, as Kubica almost loses it there off of turn 4. And he's going to fall a little bit back now. And that might be his chance at P7 or P6 on track, just taken away there, but due to that unfortunate error. But now we have Copa versus Daniel. Daniel much less ERS, but with DRS. Copa not using any ERS this time. Probably will use it all on this final lap here, just to ensure that he gets the win on track at least. Or he's actually going to have to use it now because Daniel has DRS and is very, very close to him. He's going to have to send it around the outside of turn 1, turns to the inside of turn 2. They make contact. And Daniel is currently ahead. So what can Copa do now? Maybe if he knows that Daniel has more penalties, which I don't know if he does have more penalties, I don't think he does. He could just lean, like, stay back, you know, not get into any trouble and just win by penalties. But I don't think anyone wants to win by penalties when they could win on actual track here. Ooh, Kubica has had an incident there with Colin, I assume. Maybe, but he's brought out the yellow flags there in sector 1. But that's cleared up now. And here we go, down the final straight for the final time. 30% ERS versus 20% ERS. And Copa is going to have DRS as well. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see. Daniel is swerving to the right. Copa going to go up to the left. He's going to get squeezed a lot. But Daniel is going to keep the lead into the final turn. Copa gets another penalty. Kubica gets a penalty. And Daniel is going to win on track. Copa is going to come P2. So Daniel will win outright, I believe. Mary will come P2, making it a Red Bull 1-2. Nova P3, Duzlex P4, Copa P5, Colin P6. The softs did last to the end, actually. Colin P6, Elian P7. Kubica will come home, I believe, in P8. And that is it for the runners, or the current runners. Alright, and driver of the day goes to Duzlex as appointed for the game. Okay. But yeah, very, very, very good race. The safety car obviously made it so much more exciting from a neutral standpoint, like from a commentator standpoint, like mine. Yeah, you know, pretty good race. It got a little bit boring during the middle, but then that safety car really brought it to life at the end, with 3 battles going on. So yeah, obviously there's going to be some controversy probably as well, from the start and from some other stuff, but yeah. All right, so yeah, thank you for watching and listening, everybody. That was a pretty good race, I would say. Very fun to commentate as always for WRL. And yeah, I will see you all, or we will see you all, next time. So I will be 1 week's time for France, I believe. All right, bye bye, everybody. Have a good day.